It's time for Tucker Carlson, who now has Andrew Tate live.
I don't really feel like I've exposed anything. Like, I'm truly not a very political person. This is the first time someone's experienced this level of ban. I'm not particularly right-wing. I don't vote. I mean, I obviously have my own personal views, but they didn't ban me for that. They banned me simply because I had large swaths of the population agreeing to very traditional masculine values. Teenage men and young men, 20, 22, 23, 24, were looking up to me.
I think even conservative moms didn't like what he had to say. That's why he got clapped up so quick.
And a big house and a lot of money and a beautiful girlfriend, and they thought this was very, very threatening. And for some reason, they decided that it's better if they annihilate me from the internet and replace me with somebody who's more.
Why did this motherfucker have a gamer chair in his bathroom, bro?
Is to young men.
Yeah, so I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. The people in charge of the world pretend to care, but when somebody who's championing men's issues like myself comes forward and finally manages to garner huge percentiles of the public support, I'm silenced. So they're not really interested in men's issues. And there's a lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected.
I agree with that. But he's the worst person for it.
Agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with or they feel affinity to or agendas they want. And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind. You're going to have to reject listening blindly to everything you're told, reject the slave mind, think for yourself, get a strong network of brothers, work aside them. Don't tolerate low-quality people in your life, which means don't tolerate men who just smoke drugs and play video games, or men who are disloyal or dishonest. By extension, don't tolerate women or girlfriends who are disloyal or dishonest.
My man literally, oh, dude, this is so cool. This is the funniest backpedal I've ever seen.
The problem is that the majority of young men in the world today are completely invisible, and social media has made them invisible. If you go into an Instagram feed, you have extremely beautiful women, which is fine. That's what? They're beautiful. They're allowed to take pictures. But the only men who have followers are men with massive social status, right? Men with Ferraris and money, or rappers, or people who have YouTube channels, interesting people. If you're a normal man with a normal job, you don't really exist in the online world. It's very difficult to get followers.
So same with women. What the fuck?
You don't really matter. You don't have access to the sexual marketplace. It's very difficult for you to even get any kind of recognition that you're even alive. And a lot of men feel
I think this dude hangs out with so many Instagram women that he forgot that like real women exist without like massive social media following.
Perhaps, but that's the way the game works. You need to become a man of importance. You need to become a man of influence, or you're going to suffer the pain of being invisible forever. Here is how you do it. I wasn't trying to change the rules of the game. I was just telling the men how to win, because I came from nothing and I'm completely and utterly self-made. And I think the reason a lot of men
he will never pop off. I'm calling it. He will never pop off like this. He's too cowardly. He fucking genuinely brought the rhetoric down so much. That's not why he popped off. He popped off because he was easy to fucking consume and understand and said ridiculous shit.
And at the same time, all these social media platforms pretend to care.
Nah, this is just boring. Now you're just a bald fucking dude in his bathroom crying about being fucking banned off social media.
So news accounts in the United States say that the U.S. Embassy in Bucharest, Romania, was tipped off to your misdeeds and alerted the local authorities you might be committing human trafficking. Given that this is the same charge they leveled against Julian Assange, or a species of it, you know, skeptical, but I want to know the details. Were you arrested for human trafficking? What happened?
He's a truth teller like Julian Assange.
I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who are large on the internet. Many large YouTubers have been swatted. It's where you call the police and you say somebody has a gun or there's a hostage situation and the SWAT team arrives.
No, it's not. Because it doesn't make fucking national news or international news when you get swatted, because there is no actual fucking legal charge associated on top of it.
To the world. I have absolute respect for the police. I would hate to live in a country where if you call the police saying women are being held against their will, that the police don't respond. That would be terrible. Of course they should come and look. Absolutely. They turned up. They investigated. They realized that nobody was in the house against their will. There was no crime committed. They said, okay, you're not a suspect. but you are a witness to this, along with me, my brother, the housekeeper, the gardener. Everybody who was in the premises at the time was labeled a witness. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper.
I'm telling you, he's too boring. This is not what popped him off. What popped him off was saying dumb shit. And if he does this, if he speaks like this, like a little fucking neutered cat, no one's gonna clip this. You can't clip this and put this on TikTok. What you can clip and put on TikTok is what he actually said about why he went to fucking Romania, which is like, because he can do Me Too stuff there.
But I want to tell you something that's actually kind of scary about this banning. It all came so hard and so fast that I don't know if they all just follow each other. I don't know if they're all influenced by each other. I don't know if there's someone above them all. I don't know. But when they go to cancel you, ladies and gentlemen, it comes hard and fast. You lose your Facebook, then your Instagram, then your Gmail, then your Discord, then your website hosting, then your domain name, then your payment processor, then your bank. That it's just like in real time, you're watching your phone and apps just exploding. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy.
That's it. I'm telling you, dude.
And more than
he's in a double bind. That it's the Trump conundrum, right? There's this concept such as like how you will never be able to have another Trump, right? Because Trump is like sassy, he's a media demon. Also, he's like incompetent at the same time because of how sassy he is and how much of a fucking media demon he is, right? And because of that, like Ron DeSantis can't be Trump, because if you want to be like Trump, you have to play a very delicate balance. You have to toe the line of being a fucking sassy bitch who says crazy shit, but that will sometimes also tilt the balance. Andrew Tate can't simultaneously be on social media without being banned while also maintaining the same level of attention and eyeballs. In order for him to command millions of eyeballs like he did, he has to be crazy. But if he's being fucking so crazy, that's how he got banned. He went over the line and became the singular force of misogyny. He rode the misogyny wave to a tremendous amount of success, but because he became the face of misogyny online, the face of the guy that like 11-year-olds were quoting, he got fucking clapped up. Why did he get clapped up? Because of all the crazy shit that he was saying. He flew too close to the sun. So now he's trying to dial that back. But even if all these platforms were to turn around and be like, oh, my bad, here, let's reinstate your accounts. It was really fucked up that we did that. Then if he maintains the same kind of boring fucking content that he's doing on Tucker Carlson, like, oh, I'm just a regular old guy, I don't know, I just wanted men to be strong. If he says that, then that's boring. That's not going to work, because then you're not going to be as popular. You get it? So in many ways, like, this shot across the bow kind of destroyed him completely. It took the air from under his wings immediately, because he can't be polarizing. He can't be as aggressive in his misogynistic takes anymore, because now everyone expects that of him. So if he were to come back on and he were to do the same shit, then they would ban him again. And he also doesn't have a lot of allies, because he blew up too quickly before he could build a solid foundation, a network of right-wingers that would turn around and defend him unconditionally. He also was not going to get that network of right-wingers to defend him unconditionally, because he is potentially a sex trafficker and out and about groomer / pimp. You know what I mean? And good luck trying to get conservatives to be on board with that. I mean, they're psychos, and Tucker Carlson has a really good eye for these sorts of things. Like, he'll use you to get a little bit of clout, but he's not going to fucking ride for you. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, you're just known as an e-pimp, and you've been arrested for sex trafficking. You are not a part of the system. You're not Steven Crowder. If Steven Crowder got banned, every other conservative is going to ride for him because he's a part of that ecosystem. He doesn't have the same background that Andrew Tate has. See what I'm saying? He was always going to be a 15-minute of fame Andy, even if he didn't get banned. These takes get stale fast, and Zoomers will quickly move on to the next thing when he keeps saying the same stuff over and over again. Same thing that happened on Fresh and Fit when they fell off. He's lucky now. He might be a martyr. Best outcome for him. I kind of agree with that as well. Fresh and Fit really was popping for like a month or so because everyone was clipping their shit out and posting it everywhere. And the more they triggered people, the more prominence they gained. And now no one gives a fuck. No one watches their shit. Yeah, now they're stale and fat. Do you feel a sense of worry that someone like this can blow so fast? What does that say about the state of young men? No, that doesn't say anything about the state of young men. If anything, it says the state of how easily you can use right-wing framing, right-wing narratives, reactionary and really explosive commentary to blow the fuck up in our social media environment. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he very successfully penetrated social media and was able to explode in popularity in such a short period of time, partially because he was reinforcing pre-existing dynamics that everyone is socially conditioned into believing. That's how he did it. But he basically became like what Justin Bieber is to like 12-year-old girls at the time when we were growing up, or what any celebrity is to like young girls now, he was that to young boys. And that market has never been as easily served as Andrew Tate did. I've never seen that before. Misogyny has always existed, but not many have been able to effectively communicate misogynistic attitudes to like 11 and 12-year-old kids, boys, in the same way that Andrew Tate did. Andrew Tate. He had a way of communicating in an incredibly dumb way that really appealed to like 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds, because the internet, whether you like to admit it or not, and this is a much older community than the rest of the internet, still insanely young in comparison to the rest of the political content consumers, but we're still much, much older than the rest of the internet. The internet is run by 12 to 16-year-olds. Whoever can hold an audience of 12 to 16-year-olds captive with their content is straight up, they're going to explode. You had the Minecrafters that were able to do that successfully. You had Andrew Tate. You have any matter of celebrities that are on TikTok, all the TikTokers. They are the ones who are able to do that because those kids are fucking on the internet all the time. They have nothing else going on in their lives. Mr. Beast, great example. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Andrew Tate, but I think his popularity is kind of done.